Smile! Sweet!
Spectre!
Shrek.
Surprise!
Super Mario Party's top 5 weirdest minigames. So welcome to Stuff We Play, home of everything weird and retro, and if that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? And if you've been following this channel for the past few months, you know that the game that I was most hyped for on the Nintendo Switch this year was Super Mario Party. And you know what? It came out, and everyone and their mother reviewed it, so we're doing something a little different. And that's why we've done lists of the top 5 best and worst Super Mario Party minigames over on my buddies' channels. However, today we're on my channel. This is my house we're at today, and this is home of everything weird and retro. Emphasis on weird. And thus, they're here for a very special reason.
To raid your fridge between dice rolls?
Yeah, I mean no.
How about to make you salty because you suck at minigames?
Damn dude, you come to my house just to insult me? That hurts.
Case in point.
But anyways, today we're going over the top 5 weirdest minigames in Super Mario Party. Number 5, Snack Attack. Ready for the corniest thing you've seen all day? Get it, cause it's popcorn and there's a giant corn that explodes in the background.
Oh god, somebody please shut him up.
This is Snack Attack, a game featuring the giant corn in question spewing its giant popcorn puffs all over the play area, and you having to run around and catch them with a basket situated over your head. Broken down to its base level, this minigame isn't exactly weird, as it's essentially just a use the analog stick to move around and catch some more things than your opponent's type of minigame. And that simplicity works in its favor, as Snack Attack here is actually pretty fun. But also, whoever thought of a massive corn volcano spewing giant popcorn all over certainly was on something. Especially since, along with the popcorn, there are rocks mixed in that can damage you and destroy all the popcorn pieces themselves. Something tells me that this renders these giant puffs unsafe to eat. Perhaps I'm also thinking too much into this. It's a simple yet fun minigame that seems really weird, but then again, this is the Mario series. You know, the series that spawned whatever the hell Birdo is? Number 4, Penguin Pushers.
One of the 10 co-op minigames for the new River Survival mode, Penguin Pushers is a weird one for a few reasons. First off, it's just a cooperative version of Bonanza from Mario Party 6. In that minigame, the objective was for each player to round up as many boos into their goal as possible. In this one, players work together to round up all the penguins into a single goal. On top of that, Penguin Pushers feels like a sequel to Mario Party 5's Pushy Penguins. After all those stupid penguins kept getting in the gang's way, Mario decided it was time to push back. Perhaps weirdest of all, though, is that there's only one mama penguin for the dozens of baby penguins in this pen, and we know based on Mario 64 that penguins don't tend to have too many babies. Oh my god, that's not Mama Penguin at all, is it? We're helping this lady kidnap an entire town's worth of babies. We're monsters! That all said, it's pretty fun kidnapping these penguins, although most of the strategy focuses around getting them to the corners of the pen and just edging them. You just gotta edge the penguins.
Come on, man, you can't say that. That's just gross.
I know what I said.
Number 3, Time to Shine. Time to Shine is by far the simplest minigame on this list. However, it lets me talk about the mode that honestly surprised me the most here. The rhythm minigames. The rhythm games here are all motion based and are set to some of the most energetic, catchy, and just in general best music tracks within Super Mario Party. Shockingly, they all use motion control as well except for that baton minigame. That one kind of sucks. But the rest of these are all really great, and in my personal opinion, I think this mode comprises some of the best minigames in the game, or at the very least the best of the motion-based minigames. As mentioned, the simplest of these is Time to Shine. In this minigame, you and your opponents are at a disco with Luigi, who strikes a pose to the beat. In response, you have to match that pose in time with the beat. However, the game doesn't care what pose you strike as long as you strike a pose to the beat. So you can dab, throw your controller across the room, hell, you can even stick it up your ass. As long as the motion is large enough to be registered, and trust me, Joy-Cons are pretty good about registering motions, you can do some really weird stuff during this minigame. Number 2, Don't Wake Wiggler.
Don't Wake Wiggler is interesting to say the least. In this minigame, you're expected to pet a Wiggler while trying to avoid, waking it up. I have to say, when it comes to Mario creatures, especially enemies, the Wiggler is probably on top of the list of things I'd want to pet. But this minigame plays out as a don't poke the bear situation. If you happen to be the last touch that wakes up that Wiggler, it's game over. In concept, it's really great and even kind of cute. In practice, however, things get a bit fuzzy. See, it seems that this minigame is entirely RNG based. While it may not predetermine a winner at the start, it seems to select a set number of pats before this beast wakes up. While this isn't the list of the worst minigames, I still feel it's worth noting that this is the weakest of the bunch on our list, but mainly due to the fact that it's unclear how a winner is chosen. If it's based on a set number of pats, it very well could be skill-based, leaving you with the option to maybe only pet it once or twice and let your opponent wake it up. But if it's just a matter of a straw poll, then what's even the point? The concept itself may be cute and even quirky, but it's the mystery that shrouds it that I personally find to be the strangest.
Number 1. Sign, Steal, Deliver. Ah, Amazon. No matter if you hate them or despise them, there's something special about our fiery Alexa overlords. What with their love of drone deliveries and ability to invest in a better version of Top Gear UK? Thus, it was pretty neat to see an homage to Amazon within Super Mario Party. Sign, Steal, Deliver is a 3 vs 1 minigame, in which one player controls a drone and the other 3 players operate on foot in order to load packages from a multi-story building into delivery trucks. Essentially, one team plays as Amazon before they raise the minimum wage, and the other plays as a drone afterwards. Admittedly, the foot controls here are a little bit janky, especially around these staircases, but the drone actually controls pretty well. The one player advantage over the drone, besides there being 3 of you in one of the drone, is that players can hold on to multiple boxes at once, while the drone itself can only hold on to one at a time. However, if you're playing with an AI or, a dickish other player, you can block your fellow players from using the stairs and making proper deliveries. Despite all this, I'd still say it's a rather balanced minigame. The premise is certainly unique and the game itself does not overstay its welcome. Overall, I'd say this one is worth your time way more than any of the Prime Day sales. So there we go, the top 5 weirdest minigames in Super Mario Party. Now I know for some of these, perhaps instead of weird, we should use the term unique, as instead of being something that's just mind-boggling odd, it just has something really out there that separates it from the rest of the minigames within the game.
But if you want to find out the absolute best that this game has to offer, we did another list counting down the top 5 best minigames in Super Mario Party over on my channel, so make sure you check that out.
But if you want to go to the other end of the spectrum, head on over to my channel to find out the absolute worst minigames within Super Mario Party. Don't miss our video on minigames you wish you could miss.
And of course, if you've been playing Super Mario Party, why don't you let me know your thoughts on what the weirdest minigames are down in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why don't you actually head over to my Bolts channel for the 3rd annual Shrektober Marathon. Or should I say, head ogre there? Get it? Ogre? Because it's Shrektober? Weren't we going to review a Shrek game on my channel again soon?
Don't kill